All right. So now I want to show you all. This is a list that I have. It's of over, I believe, over 200. I actually think it's going to be more than that. I still have a lot more that I have to update it with, but this is a list of all of the agencies. Actually, like I said, I have more to add to it that I found that I had on a different spreadsheet. All the agencies that I know of to date, there's so many more, and there's new ones coming like every day. So, but they have all the links directly to their websites on where you can apply and become a part of their databases. So this is a part of what you get as well for joining the course, okay? So with that being said, having that list of agencies, I still haven't went through all the agencies. It's that, I mean, like, it's literally that many. I've been busy and been able to keep work just off of what I have, just the agencies I have. And I made an email address. This email address here is just for this type of work. So that I can remember exactly where I'm having people send my stuff to. And I make the name with something in the title of the type of work we're doing. So promo, of course. And here I like to organize mine. So you can see on the side, I like to organize as I know that I'm in that particular company's database, then I will make them a folder particularly. So any correspondence that I get from them going forward, I will put it into their folder. So this is usually for booked events, not just for something maybe that they send me saying, oh, we have something in your area, go apply. That would just clog up their, even though, I'm pretty sure I probably have room to do that, but it would just clog up, for me personally, it would just clog up their particular folder, and there's no point in having jobs that I didn't get picked for or that I didn't work in here. Like, that does nothing for me, unless maybe there's a particular person's email on one of the email addresses that I need to, access later. So that's why I like to go through and make a individual folder for each one. Now, I will show you this is my inbox, and how different stuff comes into the inbox. I'm going to click on this first one here. And so I am a part of this company's database. So they'll start sending stuff directly to your email address. Once you go and sign up into their database, they will start directly sending stuff to you. So you don't have to always go and look on Facebook or Craigslist, because you'll start getting stuff directly to your email. I'm going to show you here in a minute all of the ones that I've deleted that I can't work, but it's just so many that they send, like daily. Oh my goodness, I get so many job opportunities. And as you can see on here, this has actually, this says Irving, Texas. I want to show you guys, you can, since I'm from Dallas, I put Dallas, Texas in that area as well as an area that I can work, because I travel there a lot. I travel back home a lot, just to visit and see friends and family. So I'm like, okay, if I'm there, I can just pick up a gig while I'm there, you know what I mean? Especially if it's like a 3-hour gig or 4-hour gig, like, okay, I'd probably just be sitting around doing nothing anyways, unless it's just, family I just haven't seen in forever. So here they're looking for a mascot and a mascot handler, okay, on the 23rd. And then a lot of companies use a app, not an app, but it's like a system called Staff Connect. And so that's how you'll see it'll come directly to your email like this, where you can just hit the apply button, or you can hit that you're not available for it. I'm going to hit the apply button so you can see how it looks when you hit apply. So you hit apply, it's going to load up, and it is going to be taking you to this little, like I said, it's hosted by Staff Connect, but it's going to be taking you to this site here, their site, but you're pretty much just applying specifically for that one thing that they sent you. And then in here it says optional, tell us why you're applying for this role. You can put information in there if you want. You don't have to. I put information in there personally. I'll put something like, I'll put like my experience, how many years of experience I have, and I'm a people person, or I'm outgoing, or if I have any, experience in the past that relates specific to this gig, position, job that I'm applying for. So like right here, they're asked, this is for a mascot gig. I may put something like, I've worked as a mascot before, and I'll put like the brand of the company, just to kind of give them an idea of the person who's looking at this, like, oh, she already has experience doing that. So, and that may, give me a boost, because maybe other people are applying, maybe they may not have experience, but that's just something that I do personally. Not saying that it guarantees that I'll even get it or not, but that's just something that I like to do. And in this instance, they're looking for a mascot and a mascot handler. So I'm actually going to exit out of this, because I'm not going to be available to go work that. But I just wanted to show you all that. And if you're ever in maybe somebody else's account, or maybe somebody not accidentally, but maybe they forward you, the email, and it'll say, if you are not this person, please click here to join. So you can always join their database, even if you're not in it already. Just don't do anything here. If your name is not showing here, please don't do anything here, because that actually sends it in lieu of this person. Like, they think it's actually the person named here that is sending the information. So if your friend sent you something from their personal page, please don't click here and say, oh yeah, I'm going to apply, because you're actually will be applying them, not yourself. If you're not in their database and you didn't get an email, you can just click here. It'll take you to the database. And actually what I'll do is I'll click that really quick, just so you can see what happens when you click. Okay, so click here, and I can, if I wasn't in the database already, I could put my email and a password, and then I can start, my registration. Click continue. I can start my registration, and then these are all the different fields that I would have to input. Okay, but if you already are with them, you could then sign in. Like, so say if your friend sent you something, you could sign in into the database. And I'll do that real quick. So I like to do the Google Connect. I don't like to do Facebook personally, because that's just okay. But anywho, so we're in here. Oxford has looks like they got some new stuff going on here. So they've updated it since the last time I've been in here. So I have to go through here and read through this real quick. And this is updating the contractor agreement. So like I said, you can be a contractor, or you can be a W-2 employee. Telling you about payments, things like that. All payments are processed by check within 7 to 14 days post events. So like I told you guys, most of the people are trying to get you paid within that 2 weeks. So you can read over that. This is something that you would have to fill out when you're first coming with them too, as well, if you don't already have something with them. Hit agree. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So in most of these, you can see that, sure you guys can see where I'm at, so you'll let me know. Okay, right here it's telling me I need to update my shoe size and all that good stuff. This is like the main board on anybody who uses Staff Connect. That's how it usually looks. Other people who are in the database may say something here, be looking for something here. Here, when you click on calendar, this is where you can see events that are coming up in the area. So as you can see, shows you where you're currently at and what's coming up in the future. So, and it gives you a legend down here, which I really like on Staff Connect, so you can know what's going on with what you have and haven't applied for. So, as you can see, I applied to work this Hydrofacial event. So it is showing that according to the legend, that I applied, and that's it. If it had a black outline, as you can see here, that means the event has been filled. Okay, you applied and it's been filled. So that's how that looks. And the ones that are open means they are available, as you can see here, available with the blue around it. So I could go and apply for those. But I have it on the month view. You can do a week view. You can do a day view if you just live somewhere where it's like a lot of stuff going on in one day. I don't know. Or even maybe a week. And then you can easily just click over and see what's happening in the future. They usually have stuff, for the most part, most of them have stuff for at least like maybe a month or two in advance. See, okay, this is the next month they have is May, which is a month in advance. So yeah, you know, they'll have stuff maybe a month or two in advance, depending on the company. And so let me just go into my profile real quick to show you guys how that looks. So profile, you can go on here and, you know, enter in all your information, blah, 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 weight, height, all this stuff. That's what they were telling me I need to update. So it's always good to kind of try to have your, at least the required stuff filled out, okay, on your profile. So there we go. I'm gonna go and fill in that stuff, but I just want to let you guys see how it is, and they'll ask some additional information. You know, if you're bilingual, if you've done costume work, if you maybe have done face paint, if you're an actor, if you're a chef, stilt walker, just other things that you may also have experience in, because those things are often combined with this type of work as well. You see those kind of people at these same kind of events that you work usually too. And then any roles held. So like I explained to you guys, I think briefly in some of the other ones, besides just being called a brand ambassador, you can also be a team lead, which is just a lead over all the rest of brand ambassadors. You're still a brand ambassador yourself, but you're just a lead over the other brand ambassadors. Product specialist is usually when you have a particular product and they have trained you like it's not just like show up and hand out stuff and, you know, tell them about the brand and what we have going on. Product specialists, like they do, you have usually a more in-depth training. You may have like a 2 or 3 day training. They may fly you in to do a training. I had to do that when I worked the Walmart event, and they flew us out to Denver, and we had to actually learn about the whole Walmart delivery program. I couldn't even think of what I was doing, so we were promoting that, letting people know about that. So product specialists, you know, for that, and when I did Google as well, they give you in-depth training. So that's when you're considered a product specialist. You still are a brand ambassador because you are the face of the brand when people see you at those events, but you are a specialist because you know a lot more than just the average person would know. Nationwide tour manager. So if you have gotten selected to go on a tour, that's when you see like these automobiles going down your street and they have like branding on the side of them. People probably are tour managers and they're going on a tour. They may be in a food truck. Sometimes they're giving out food. Sometimes they're just setting up at different locations for, you know, what they have going on. That was the case for like the Best Buy Tech Zone that I worked at. They were going from city, state to state. Well, not city, state to state. They were going to the states where the football players or football teams were still in the playoff running. So that's what they're doing. But like tour can be anywhere. It could be like all East Coast tour, or they can be like a whole United States tour. It can be just in one state and going to all the different cities in the state. It could just be, you know, just a southern tour. It just depends on that brand and where they're trying to get more traction. You can be an in-market manager, and that just means for your market you can, you know, pretty much be over all of the events that go on there. Very similar and pretty much the same thing as a field manager. So all the events going on there, and you can be responsible for hiring any brand ambassadors who work in your area as well. And then the MC, which is one of the things I love to do too. That's when you're on the mic, you know, talking and getting people hyped up for the events, stuff like that. That's what MC is, so you can check off that. And let's see here, photos. So like I said, you want to put a couple of photos, one so they can see your face really nicely. Big smile. Videos, if you have any videos, you can upload those here. I actually have some videos that I need to upload, me emceeing. And then documents, this is where you'll have, your resume, the contractor agreement, which was what I had to sign when I first came back into here since I hadn't been in a while, and W-9. That's pretty standard on that. Experience here. This is where once you work for the company, you will put your experience here. Oxford Marketing, I can't think if I've worked for them in particular. And I've worked for quite a few, so I don't know if I've worked any event for them. But it will show whatever you have worked for them, it would show in here. And references, if you have anybody that you want to put as a reference, you would put that there. I need to come in here and add some stuff. Okay, and then regions. This is a good one that I wanted to show you guys and I want you to see. So in your regions area, you want to select wherever, as it says on here, please only select regions in which you are willing to work without travel compensation. Travel is not provided for any events unless otherwise discussed. You may select up to 15 regions. Okay, so they're pretty much saying only put on here places that you are willing to come out of your own pocket to travel to. And like I said, I usually select Dallas, Texas because I'm traveling home anyways. So it's not like I'm, telling them I need them to pay me to come, work out there. Some companies, now I will say some companies will do that. If you've worked with them so much and they just really like you or they really want you on the team, they'll make those arrangements. But for the most cases, they want you to select where you are willing to travel to out of your own pocket. And so that's why I do it when I'm going home, because if I'm there already anyways and there's an event going on, hey, get paid, have fun, get paid at the same time. Okay, so they'll start with the A states and go all the way down. So if you can travel to those, and like I was saying, if you live in some of the smaller towns, you just want to find whichever is the town or city, usually like a bigger city closest to you. And if you're willing to travel there, then put that down. So like they see like Alabama, they have Tuscaloosa. That's not a huge one, but I know of it, but a lot of people might not know about that. They may not even know about Huntsville or Talladega. So see, they have some of the small ones sometimes too, just depending on what it is. So like Cali, these are some of the big ones that most people know about. I think people know Reading. Like I didn't know about Reading. I don't think. Reno, I knew about that, but most people don't. Probably Bakersfield, I knew about that, but So like I said, they even have Canada on here. A lot of places. Canada is, since it's so close, that will definitely be, something that most of them have as well. So it'll just go state by state, and you just click what you are willing to travel to. Like I have Panama City on here because the drive from me from where I live is 5 hours. So the only reason I have Panama City is because if there was maybe some kind of, let's say like spring break event in Panama City, usually like spring break events will be like 5 and 10 day events, and that's worth the drive for me. That's worth a 5-hour drive for me. And in some of those cases, the companies will have housing for everybody, especially if they know that it's a spring break town and maybe they can't find as many local people because the local people don't know about these jobs, just like I'm teaching you guys about. They don't know about it, so they need people to come in from out of state, and they understand that, so they're willing to okay, you guys pay to get here, but we'll pay for your room and board while you're here. You'll have a hotel for you, and you have your own room, or you can split it with another girl, split it with another guy, those kind of situations. So go ahead and just put which ones you are willing to travel to. And it goes all the way down. Okay. So it does all the states. And then here, unavailability. I rarely ever use this. I don't think I ever do. But if you have like a day for sure that you know. But I mean, the reason I say I rarely ever use this is because, like, when I got the original email, I already knew what day it was. So I mean, like, I know if I'm booked for it, you know. But if it's just easier for you to not get, you know, maybe an email at all, you can go on here and select what days you're unavailable. So like I can click on it, put my date. I can even put my day and my time. So if I'm like, maybe I have a wedding or a speech or something I got to do somewhere, you know what I mean? I can put that on there for what day and time, and I can save it so it'll block it out. Okay? So I wanted to show you guys that now. Back to my email. Let me go into my trash because I just like dumped this stuff in the trash. Just because it didn't apply to me, so that's why it's in the trash bin. But these are all the jobs that have come in recently. Jobs and, you know, for the most part, jobs that have come in recently, and I'm not gonna be able. I won't be able to make it. So a lot of stuff I still get from back home. If I don't plan on being there during that time, I'll just go ahead and trash it. And that's why I said I don't put all of this stuff inside the particular folder for the company, because that would just be like, that would be the trash. My trash empties automatically every 30 days. So I don't even have to worry about it after I delete it. But if I were to put these into the folders, it would just be in there clogging up the folders, and I never even worked this event, or I wasn't even thinking about working the event. I was just wasting wasting space, storage, RAM. Okay, so these are how all the different, you know, jobs will look. So like I said, I'll get jobs, like this is all one day right here, 222 all the way up to 707. These are just the ones I threw away. So like I said, you'll get stuff into your email once you start signing up for these companies. You're in their database, and you know, say that you do want them to email you. They'll start emailing jobs directly to your email box. You don't have to go out and look for them. And I still have yet, like I said, I still have yet to go through the list. It's over maybe 300 and 400 300 companies. Definitely, I know it's over 200, but I think I have a list of over 300 that I'm giving you guys along with this course. So if you make it through the list, you send me a message and let me know you made it through the list. More power to you. But for the most part, even some of these companies that are on the list, I haven't signed up for, and I won't sign up for the simple fact that they may only, like, if you go on their site, they'll tell you where they do events. Like some of these companies, they only do events in one state. They don't do them all over. They don't, they don't bargain for events or, bid for events in other states. So if I know I'm not going to that state, or I'm not ever going to be in that state, it's like, for me personally, it's like, what's the point of even applying to the companies if I know they only operate in one state? That's just a waste of my time to have to go through there and apply. The one company I did want to show you all about that is like, oh my gosh, I get so many emails from, let's see, where is that? I just almost already know because they have one name. Big Orange. Oh my gosh, guys, Big Orange. Big Orange is the perfect, and when I mean perfect, I mean absolute perfect company to start off with. You don't have to have any experience, and I get emails from them by the ton. I probably get a good 5 or 10 emails from Big Orange a day, looking for people to fill positions for them. And this is the company that I said they do so many of the unknown towns, like rurally, that you would like never even think of, like you would even fathom is a town that exists, but they have them. So I'll just show you a few of the emails that I usually get from them and how they look, So, and this is because I'm signed up for the database, so they're going to send it directly to me. I will say one thing about Big Orange is, even though they have a lot of work, their rates are usually lower than most of the companies. But I still say it's a good company because it's a good starter company to get your foot in the door. And some people like to use they're working with them when they are, if they have areas where they live at that are, like dry areas. So maybe not the winter months, those are pretty still good. Maybe like at the very beginning of the year or something like that. And there may not be as many events going on where they live and the area that they stay in. So a lot of people find consistent work with Big Orange because they have all of these different events going on kind of constantly in the areas that maybe everybody else isn't in. So right here, they'll send you to give you the rate. Dates, it says posted below, so they have posted below. And they'll let you know your description, what you're going to be doing. So this is a grocery store event that they want you to do. And they even tell you who the client is. So Albertsons there. This one is a Kroger. Okay. And they'll let you know if you have to bring anything. All supplies will be provided at the store. Okay, so all you have to do is show up in your correct attire. Your supplies is already going to be at the store. Some of these companies will send you supplies directly to your home that you take with you to the store events. Or you take with you to whatever event, if it's a festival or whatever is going on. They'll send it to you, and some of them, I noticed for a lot of the ones that have in-store promotions, they send it to the store so that you don't have to deal with the hassle of lugging it from your home to the store, especially if it's like a big setup, not bulky so much, but big setup, and you may have a small car and they don't want to have to put that all on you for the responsibility of having to get that to the store. So they'll just ship it directly to the store, and then if anything happens with everything not coming, then you won't be the one to blame because it was shipped directly to the store. Okay, so event kit items supplied by the client. The kit will be at the store. If the kit is not at the store, you are able to execute without the kit. Okay, so in this case, they said, hey, if the kit doesn't show up, which sometimes it does, logistically, something may happen with the whoever they're using, UPS, FedEx, or whatever shipment, and maybe they don't get it or they didn't get everything. They're saying here, hey, you can still get it done, and they usually kind of give you a workaround. Excuse me. A workaround for that, because most of the time you're sampling some kind of item that's already in the store, so you can still make do with it. And sometimes they also send you one item is called a ComData card. They'll send you that so that you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. You just swipe it on there. So that's one of the things they do too. I'll get to that in a second. Let's finish reading here. So, client requested attire. So that's why I was letting you guys know. It's always for this type of work, you might as well go ahead and get you some khaki pants and shorts, black pants and shorts. Sometimes dark blue jean is a requested bottom, but I often see black pants and khaki. That's the number 2 go-to. And shoes, they usually want you to have black closed-toe, like tennis shoes. Okay? I have a pair of my shoes, but they're way over there. But black closed-toe tennis shoes is perfect. No fancy brand or anything like that. Whatever's comfortable for you. It doesn't even have to be a tennis shoe. If you have black closed-toe shoe that's comfy, like I know some people have diabetic shoes, they're diabetic. Those, or if you just found like maybe Skechers, they have tennis shoes, but they also have ones that aren't tennis shoes. So whatever black closed-toe shoe. Okay, so here they want you to have a white shirt. That's one of the tops that is a standard, so you can pretty much just go ahead and get your white top, a black top, buttoned up with a collar on it, especially for the in-store samplings and brandings. Those are pretty standard. A black or a white button-down collar shirt with a collar on it. And if not, just to have those standard, sometimes, and in most cases, they'll the companies provide a shirt because it has some kind of branding on it. But if they don't provide the shirt, this is usually the go-to for them, white or black. Closed-toe shoes. They're not specifying any particular color, but usually the standard is black. Black unbranded hat. Yep, I've seen that before as a standard, and you can get that at Walmart. $2 or $3. $3, I think I bought mine for. Maybe $5. I don't think more than that. Or you can get it online, however you want. And an apron. Apron is not something that I usually see because usually the client will provide one. But I mean, hey, an apron isn't as expensive either. So that's something that you can just purchase from somewhere like Walmart too. They would have it, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Event education. A manual will be in your event kit as well as emailed with your event reminder. So they will email the manual too, so you can know like the brand specifics and the event specifics. So you can have that, and then they said it's going to be in the kit too. So just in case you don't have a printer at home, or you don't have a chance to get to the printer, or your ink is out, or whatever the case may be, you don't want to use up your own paper, whatever. I understand they'll have that in the kit, like a manual printed in the kit, and then you get the email ahead of time so you can kind of read over it. Product purchase. Target purchases. A small purchase will be made when upon arrival with a provided debit card with the red sticker on the top left corner of the card. So it looks like they'll send you a card to use. So like I said, sometimes they'll send you the cards that already have the funds on it to use. And sometimes, just depending on what kind of event it is and what company it is, they may ask you to purchase product on your own, but they will reimburse you with the receipts along with your pay. So here it has all of your product purchase information, and like some of the more exclusive ones, if you will, I guess, they will send you like a company card when you're working like a longer event. They'll send you a company card for, if you're like, I did a Walmart delivery, and I had a company card for our gas. We had to pay for gas for the vehicles that we were driving around. I drove around in a big old banana, promoting the Walmart delivery program for 3 weeks. That was fun. Oh my gosh, I got looks for that one. I'll show you some. I'll have some actually photos towards the end that you guys can see some of the events that I worked. But that was a fun event, but definitely turned some heads in that big old banana that I was traveling around. And then additional notes, there will be required online reporting for this event. So that's another thing. But a lot of the in-store events and the alcohol sampling events, wine sampling events, they want you to do reporting afterwards because the client wants some additional information. They want to see if it was worth them paying to have a person representing their brand, a brand ambassador, out at the events. So they usually want information like how many customers stop by, that you talked to, how many items you sold, if that's a requirement. Sometimes it's not a requirement, but they still just want to know, just to pique their interest, if this was, like I said, a good return on their investment, people actually bought stuff from having you physically be in the store. So stuff like how many items were sold, how many, and it's also sometimes a Q&A for the stores. They want to know how many of their items they even have on the shelves at the stores, to be able to sell to the public. So sometimes they have reporting like that. Some companies that have where your reporting is done manually. You may have to print out something and kind of just write it down as you go when you're there, and turn that in, scan it, email it, or take a picture of it, email it back to them. And then some people have a link where they have a portal that you can go in and just type in the reporting information. So it just depends on the company and how they have it set up. And then so here they have where they're looking for people in the locations. These locations here seem like these are like pretty known locations. But Big Orange, believe me, they have like some of the locations I never even heard of before. So people out in those cities that don't usually get any kind of work, you guys definitely want to go and sign up for Big Orange. I think you'll definitely, I think there will be something in the area close, at least if not close by. They have some in like the most rural towns that I've ever heard of. I'm like, I didn't even know that existed, but yeah, they're looking for people because they have grocery stores everywhere. Like I said, Big Orange does a lot of these grocery stores. They do like a lot of Target, Walmart. What are some of the other big names? Kroger. Some of those kind of stores that are stores that everyday people shop at. So of course you're gonna have them in the rural towns as well. So, and they tell you, so they have here, where it is, state and date, time, and they even give you here the exact location that they're looking for somebody to go to. So you could even map it out. Let me go back. So that was that one. Here's another one. This is a grocery event. Like I said, they do a lot of grocery events. But if they can't find people, they will even give you a chance. I've seen from Big Orange, they even give you a chance to like name your price. Like, what are you willing to go out for? What with as long as it's within reason, name your price. And then you could say, okay, well, maybe that was a small amount. Maybe I'll go out for $20 an hour, and you can tell them, okay, I'll go do this, and they could easily come back and be like, okay, yeah, we'll pay you that because we can't find anybody, to go out there like, and so you could name your price if you wanted to. So he has help me help you. So he's willing to do it. They can negotiate sometimes in those cases where they really need, because they've already, promised the client and let the client know we can get you some staff for these events. So in that instance, they're like, okay, let's make a deal, So here they're looking for people. King Scooper, see, that's a grocery store that is local to, I believe, the Colorado area, but I guess it's big enough. So, like I said, it's usually those local but known, grocery stores, things like that. So they have Aurora. They're looking for somebody here. Danville, Kentucky. I didn't know Danville existed in Kentucky, but I don't live in Kentucky. But somebody who lives in Danville, Kentucky, knows about that Kroger, and they probably shop there, every week or something like that, and they could come on here easily and just apply here and get paid. You probably at the grocery store anyways buying you something. Might as well go in there, work a few hours, and get paid for what you just spent in the grocery store. I mean, it just helps. Shreveport. Okay, that's a known one. First Colony Way. Oh, that's the street. Okay, California, Maryland. Didn't know they had a California, Maryland. But people who stay in California, Maryland know about California, Maryland. So like I was saying, there is, they have information, they have gigs in the areas that you wouldn't think about. So it's good for people all over to sign up with Big Orange. Lubbock, Texas. I'm a Texas girl, so I know where Lubbock is, and I know it is a college town, but it is still one of those small towns. So that's Big Orange. So I definitely suggest everybody start with them. And Assist Marketing, this is another one of the companies that, as you can see, they have the apply, not available, kind of similar. A lot of these companies, like I said, use the Staff Connect system. Even though it's tailored to their own business, they still use the Staff Connect, and so that's why you can see. So like here, this is an event way in May, but I don't plan on being in Dallas in May. And if anything changes, I could always come back. But I could apply, or I could say I'm not available. And they tell you what they're looking for. They tell you what the event is. This is a Dallas Children's Soccer Tournament. the date, and where it is. The location is to be determined, I guess. So it's still so far out. Maybe they don't have the location locked in just yet, where it's putting on the event, but they let you know, at least what area you're going to be in, and they give you the times and how much you're going to make an hour. So if you're available, you can apply, and so that's Assist. So like I said, I just get emails, to my box directly, like so many emails to my box. So that's just another thing that you guys will see. You get a lot of emails to your inbox. So all you got to do is just sign up for it, pretty much. Okay, and let's see, the next thing, I think that's it for the agencies. I'm going to give you the list of agencies, and yep, that's it.